Good morning and welcome back to your weekend unboxing here on Gaming with ADHD, where today we're going to take a look at Robotech Cyclone Run, a 2019 game from Strange Machine Games. Now, this is part of the Robotech series of board games that was released shortly after Palladium Books lost the license to make games for Robotech. Now, this is actually a sequel to the 2018 game Robotech Ace Pilot, which we opened up last week. And when I first looked at it, I'll be honest, I thought they were the exact same game, but I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a surprise. So keep in mind, this is just an unboxing. I'm just going to get my initial thoughts and ideas about the game just from looking at the components, but you'll want to come back later and actually check out a review. Once I get that done, that's a whole separate story. But with that out of the way, do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I try to put out a few different videos each week covering all sorts of things from board games, card games, role-playing, miniatures, anything in between. And I'd love for you to come along and see what we have to share. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at Cyclone Run. Now, what makes this a little different from the Robotech games that we've looked at so far is that it's based on the third part of the series, the Invid Invasion. And this is where Earth has been taken over by a different race of aliens, and the humans are trying to liberate the Earth and, get it back for humanity. So, it as a sequel to Ace Pilot, from what I can see online, I did do a little bit of research on this one. It's going to play very, very similar, but also actually have some differences. So on the cover, we have the main characters. We've got now I can't remember Scott, Rand, Rook, and Lancer. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, up to 20 minutes. And they recommend ages 8 and up. Now, they're not really telling you much about the game on the back. Choose your heroes, defeat the Invid threat, run the gauntlet. What does that mean? Well, let's open it up and take a look. So, first off, we have our rulebook. As always, it's going to tell you what components, terms, setup. This is going to show you how the game actually sets up, plays, and, different movement and attack options. The different hero overview, and, that's it. So I do like the fact that it is a relatively short rulebook, 16 pages with lots of pictures, lots of diagrams. So, very nice, very easy to get into the game. Now we do get a draw bag with an Invid symbol. So this is kind of nice. They've done draw bags in a couple of the other games, but they were typically the Zentradi ones. So there's that. All right. So this has the same problem that I had with Ace Pilot. The way that they've packaged this, it doesn't store very well. This rubber band broke. I can understand this after I've already purchased and opened the game, but the fact that they ship it like this is a little annoying. I would have preferred that they just leave the tokens in their punch board and, let me take care of that once I get it. So obviously we have lots of little bad guy tokens. We're obviously starting with this because it was kind of a bit of a mess. So overall, the printing is fine. It's regular sized cardboard. Some other games they've used a thicker cardboard, but this is perfectly serviceable. I'll just have to get it out and see how it plays. All right. Where do we go to next? All right, so we do have 5 custom dice. These are similar to the ones from Ace Pilot, but the Robotech symbol is replaced with the Mars base logo. But otherwise, they're pretty much the same. The printing looks a little bit better on these. It's a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. The dice seem a little bit shinier. I mean, let's be honest, it's six-sided dice. We're not going to get anything super fancy there. But I would also prefer something that's nice, clean, easy to read, as opposed to dice that get overly fancy and aren't easy to read, to put it simply. All right, we do get a couple of meeples here. We have a Jeep. If you're familiar with Lunk, you'll understand. And the Cyclone. So while Robotech is typically known for its fighter jets, one thing that set the Invid Invasion apart was its use of transforming motorcycles. So that's just going to be fun. I'll put it that way. All right, we've got these fuel tokens, which that's another thing about Invid Invasion is that fuel was a rare resource, so you couldn't always fly around and use your big fancy fighter jets. So at times you would need fuel. All right, we then have our different heroes. We've got Lancer, Scott, Rook, Rand, Annie, Ariel, Lunk, the Alpha Fighter, and the Beta Fighter. So as you can see with these have the fuel icons, look very similar to the fuel token. So in order to use these, you're probably going to need those. I'm getting a little bit better idea of the game. It looks like you're not actually going to pick one of the pilots, but as you roll the dice, that's going to determine which pilot you're going to be able to use. So, little bit different impression of the game from that. All right, and then finally we have this deck of cards here. So it's got locations and, okay, so one reference card. Spend a fuel to reroll your dice, move your heroes, or gain an additional attack. So, all right. All right, so then we've got different locations: desert, ruined city, reflex point, soldier town, desert, and ruined city again. All right, so which these are different deserts. Actually, they're all different. Okay. So that was one thing about the Invid Invasion. Basically, there was a lot of exploration, driving around Earth, seeing portions of the planet, in their different ruined states. So this is actually kind of interesting because I have a feeling this is going to capture the story for Invid Invasion really, really well, and just kind of give you that Robotech feel. So I'm very, very curious about this. I'm definitely going to have to get this out to the table so I can get you guys some reviews soon. But other than that, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like I said, I try to put out videos each week and love for you to come along. So also, one last thing, down in the description, we do have links to our social media. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and or Twitter if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go live. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.